Okay, this lesson we are going to be working on two-digit open number line addition. So when we add, and I like open number line because that means I get to start my number line wherever I want. It doesn't have to start at 0. Okay, so I am going to do, let's do 46 plus 32. Let's start with that. Okay, when I am doing my open number line, I always want to start with my larger add-in. And the reason why I like to start with my larger add-in is because then I have to do less hops. If I start at my smaller number, then that means I'm going to have to do more hops. So I like to start with my larger one. So my larger add-in is 46. Okay, so that's what I'm starting with. Now I need to add 32. So 32 is the hops I need to do. Now let me tell you, you do not want to be hopping one by one by one by one. So I start with the larger place value, in this case is tens. How many tens do I have in here? If you said 3 tens, then you are correct. So I'm going to hop 3 tens. So I'm just going to put 3 hops right on there. And then I'm putting at the top, you have to represent what you're hopping, plus tens. Okay? So now I'm at 46 and I know I'm adding a 10. So I'm looking at my tens place. Well, right now I have 4 tens. If I add another 10, that would be 5 tens. And I didn't change my ones. So 46 plus 10 gets me to 56. Now I'm going to add another 10. Look at my tens place. I have 56, and I'm just adding a 10, not changing my ones. So now I'm going to be at 66. I'm going to add one more 10, okay, 6 tens, which would now be 7 tens, and my ones place stays the same. Let's see if that makes sense. 46, 56, 66, 76. That sounds right to me. And I just finished adding all my tens. Now what do I have left to add? I have 2 ones left to add. Some people like to just do a plus 2 hop. For this case, I am going to do individual hops for plus 1, plus 1. Now 76 plus 1 gets me to 77. 77 plus 1 gets me to 78. Now this should be my sum. I started at 46. Let's double check to make sure I hopped 32. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. I hopped 32, which got me to my sum of 78. So I got to my final sum of 78. Let's do another one. Let's do 68 plus 28. Let's see what that equals. So again, I'm going to draw my open number line. And I am going to start with my larger add-in. My larger add-in is 68. So I put my 68 there. Now I need to hop 28. So I'm going to look and see how many tens I have. I have 2 tens. So I'm going to hop my 2 tens. 1, 2. One thing I want to say, and one thing I notice when kids are doing their hops, they don't make them big enough for them to be able to write the numbers underneath. So make sure you're making those hops big enough that you're able to keep track of where you're at. Okay, so I'm at 68, and I'm going to add 10 to it. So my ones place isn't going to change because I'm adding a 10. So if I have 6 tens and I add another 10, I'm going to have 7 tens. And like I said, my ones place isn't changing, so I have 78. Now another 10, looking at my tens place, I have 7 tens. I'm going to add another 10. That gives me 8 tens, and my ones are going to stay the same, so 88. So 68, 78, 88. That makes sense to me. Now I'm at 88, and I need to still hop 8 more, okay? So some people might take a shortcut and hop 2 to get to 90 and then continue on. Some people hop the 8, but right now we're just starting out. I'm going to just do the hops by 1. So I need 8 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm making them smaller than my tens, but I'm leaving enough room for me to be able to write my numbers below them. Yes, I am marking each hop as a +1 to make sure that I know what those hops are. So if I'm adding 1, I'm at 88. What comes next? 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. So let's make sure I hop to my 28. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yes, I hopped 28. I started at 68. I hopped 28. My final sum is going to be 96. Okay, so that's 2-digit open number line addition. We will be back when it comes to 3-digit, but right now you're just hopping by tens and ones.